What are you reading?
I'm reading Sarah Wilson's First We Make the Beast Beautiful.
What? Ooh, look at that. What's it about?
It is about anxiety
Mm.
and our journey through anxiety and not necessarily trying to solve the problems, but just,
Yeah.
showing how she copes with it.
Wow.
So.
That's great. So, Nicole, can you just do a little introduction of yourself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hays. I am an artist from St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm here at Sarah's Body Space, and I've brought several acts I've been working on. I brought my aerial arts equipment. I'm an aerialist. I work on the lyra, and I've started a new routine with that. I also have a new act. It's a box act where I fit inside a little see-through box. The act is me, it's sort of circusy, sort of sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
Very sideshow, and I do all of these things while I'm getting into the box, and then at the very end I shut the lid.
Yeah, that's cool.
In there.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about that one.
I love the picture of you in there. That's really neat. Thanks. Yeah. Where did that idea come from to do that like translucent box?
There is someone named Lady Quattro. She did an act similar in the 80s, and I love it. It's so cool. It's so fun. It's very, classic circus, which I love. I'm right by Sarasota, Florida, and Circus Sarasota is there. A lot of retired circus performers are there.
Really?
I get to meet a lot of.
Is that where Ringling was? Like
the
headquarters?
Ringling Museum is there.
Okay.
A lot of people who worked in the circus, their families retired in that area. So.
Never even thought about that. That's amazing.
Cool thing about Florida.
How long have you been living down there?
I lived in St. Pete, I think about 6 years, no, maybe 7 years now.
Cool.
It's been a while.
Awesome. So why did you decide you wanted to do a residency?
I wanted to do a residency because our business slows down a lot in January. It was the perfect time for me. I was actually searching online for residencies that were driving distance. And this is about 11 hours from St. Pete. So it was the perfect time. And awesome. I needed to get back to self-discipline. I'd really lost that during the pandemic. And I was doing a lot of doom scrolling, trying to figure out what's going on all the time, which I needed to get away from that for a while. So, yeah.
So you had that, like, prescient moment of, like, I got to stop doing this. How many other residencies are within kind of, like, the southeast area?
I haven't really looked at a lot of Florida residencies. I'm not
Are there
sure
any down there?
I know there's a couple in Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
Miami area.
Yeah.
But this is so cool. I get to see snow here.
Yeah, it snowed today.
It's different than being in Florida, which I think I needed.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if you stayed in Florida, you're still kind of close to home and still in the same type of environment. And in Miami, it's, like, tempting to not necessarily go out because of the pandemic and the rise of Omicron right now in Florida is like bad.
Miami's bad with the pandemic.
And I know you've been very cautious and wear a mask at your performances, and that's really great.
I was very worried about New Year's Eve. I had 2 stilt walking gigs, my last ones of the year, big giant events, and I got away with wearing my mask the whole time. I wore a KN95 and then another mask over that. So.
Wow, nice. Yeah, so you've been careful about that. That's great. So, is this the first time you've ever done a residency?
It is.
Okay. Well, how did you find out about residencies? Like, what? It was just the doom scrolling. You're like, I gotta stop this. Where can I go for a month? Kind of thing.
Where can I go and work on my performing arts and reading and finding balance.
Nice.
During every day, which it's been really nice and balanced.
Yeah.
With just waking up and reading, doing some kind of physical activity, working on my acts. It's been nice.
Yeah, so you've settled into a good routine.
Yes.
Yeah. And you were saying that your boyfriend is your partner in business as well, and y'all have been together for a while, and then you were like super together because of the pandemic. So this has been a nice, like, kind of break for both of you, but yet you talk all the time still. So you're still connected, and that's
Yes,
been
this is
nice.
the longest AJ and I have been away from each other.
Yeah.
So, so it's good. It's
Yeah.
good for us to have time by ourselves to work on our own projects.
Yeah.
Working with a significant other, spending like 24/7 with them. It's been, I mean, it's amazing. Like we have a great relationship.
Yeah.
But it's important to work on your.
That's good. And the fact that you have partners that support what you want to do and nurture your own spirit, right?
Yes.
So that you can be better in a relationship and a partnership in a business. I think that's really important. So you wanted to read, and you were telling me that you had 4 books lined up. So what was kind of the deciding factor in what books you wanted to read? How did you go about that process?
Well, I found some really recent books. I wanted to make sure they were pretty recent. I was looking for a mixture of a little bit of fiction, but also some serious, maybe anxiety related type things like brain. Because just the pandemic has made my brain just, go crazy.
Yeah.
So I found Sanjay Gupta's Build a Better Brain. That's my last book I'm going to read. I'm excited about that.
Okay.
There's a 12-week program that he has on that I'm going to do after this.
Okay.
So, yeah, and this book, Sarah Wilson's book, is perfect. I have a lot of anxiety, especially from COVID and on top of everything else.
Right.
So this was perfect. And then How to Do Nothing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Started with.
Yeah.
So far, it's been like the perfect lineup.
Nice.
Somehow of the books that I'm reading. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, How to Do Nothing was amazing. I highly recommend
I will read that. Yeah, that sounds great. And it kind of resonates with like what we're trying to do here too, right? Of like slow down a little bit, I imagine. And then you were saying that the author kind of profiles like different stories of like what people are doing in different ways. And it has a lot of art and performance kind of examples in it.
Yeah, she's an artist.
Okay.
Jenny is an artist in, I think, California. I think. And it's not about actually doing nothing. It's about doing nothing about certain things and then going back to nature, meditating, and really balance with those things.
That's great.
Balancing your art and taking time off and thinking and...
Yeah. What a great book to start this off with.
It was pretty perfect.
And how was your drive up?
The drive up was a little stressful. My car brake light came on.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to AJ, and I'm like, the brake light just came on, and then my service went out.
Oh, the cell phone service.
2.5 hours. So he was freaking out, and
Yeah.
not knowing where I was. It was almost getting dark. I'm so glad that I saw you.
Yeah.
At the front.
Waiting
Thank
for
you.
you.
For meeting me.
Of course, yeah.
That was like a comfort out of just driving aimlessly 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And you had most of your food already prepped, and your car was like packed perfectly with all your gear.
I felt really prepared.
Yeah.
It was stressful, but I was like, okay, at least I have like a week and a half's worth of food.
Yeah.
Everything I need
for
a little while.
Cool. So it's been raining since yesterday, and I don't know when it started snowing, but I feel like I woke up in the middle of the night and looked at the weather map. So it was definitely snowing like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we were like 5 hours ago, we were just chit-chatting. You were sitting there, I was sitting like right behind you, right behind where I'm sitting right now, and then all of a sudden the power went out.
Yeah.
So, random.
Nice by the fire.
Yeah.
You're pretty prepared up here for this. So that's really comforting.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was telling you, have extra water around and things like that. So, it's a fluky thing, but I mean, being in Florida, you're kind of semi-prepared for storms because you get
Hurricanes.
hurricanes or tropical storms that kind of, blow the trees down or whatever. And, being without power is just something that we have to prepare for, just in general. And
Right. Yeah. It's good too because I can't be on my phone or
right,
online. So I'm like,
right.
all right, I'm gonna catch up on my reading.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Well, what else did we do today? So I have had 3 pairs of shoes on, different pairs of socks, soaking wet. I think you got soaking wet at some point, but
I
we were
did.
we were out in the bamboo because I took video of that, so I'll try to like click that in. But the bamboo, there's so much, like the snow is just really heavy, watery, slushy thing that I didn't even notice it. You noticed it, that the bamboo was all just like flattened, which was crazy.
Look out there. It looked like it was gone because it was all just in a...
Yeah. So I think that half of it is standing up again. What was that like?
Well, Sarah and I learned that the best technique was to like violently shake the bamboo to make the snow fall off. So I was like don't look at what's happening, just like, shake it as hard as you can. And that was what made it stand up.
So that's like a really fun workout, and like being in there with it. And I was talking to the bamboo and like asking it to like stand up again. Yeah, I was. I was like, come on. I was encouraging it. Some of those pieces in the middle are really tall. They're probably like 40 feet tall at least.
Yeah.
So the poor bamboo, some of it will come back, some will bounce back, some of it just time to harvest it or whatever. So, but you grew up in Arkansas or something. Did you get snow there when you were growing up?
We did get snow in Arkansas growing up.
But
yes. I built a snow bear over there.
That's so
from my
great.
experience building snowmen growing up.
That's so great.
Sarah said I don't think she's ever built a snowman. I'm like,
really?
Really?
Oh, because she's in the city. They don't do stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, because they probably just plow it and it's all dirty, and the only place you would get like free amount of clean, plain snow would be a park or something, I guess, like Central Park or something. So, yeah, that's funny. Where is it? So when I'd walk by, if it's still
in Sarah and John's backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's funny. So, how's it been other than today's like drama with the power situation? How's it been for you? Almost 2 weeks in.
We're halfway through.
Yeah.
I feel like what I've been doing here I can bring into my regular life, and this has been so far just been a really nice break from the grind, from gigging. I had the privilege to be able to afford to come here for this month and not work, which was really important. Yeah. Because we've sort of been hustling for so long and worried about the pandemic that it's important to take a break.
Yeah. So many people hustling right now, right? Mm-hmm. So many people. And you were also mentioning that, just because you're living in Florida and all the crazy stuff with like how unemployment works. I mean, we've had some interesting conversations about just surviving through this really crazy time as artists and people who don't aren't employed by a company necessarily, right?
The only way that we survived was getting grant money from our state and from our city. I got several grants during the pandemic.
Wow.
Which really helped.
Yeah.
Just pay our bills and our overhead. Mm-hmm. We don't have much overhead, but it made us be able to, pay our mortgage. Yeah. And have a rehearsal space, build our garage, stuff like that.
That's good. Yeah. Great. So you're on track for your books.
I am. I'm catching up.
Okay.
I'm a little behind.
Okay.
But I'm catching up, and then the Sanjay Gupta book, Build a Better Brain, that one's going to continue out. So.
Okay. That's the last one you're reading.
That one, and then probably like the 12-week program.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So that'll be the last one. And then you also, what was nice was you ordered the books and had them shipped here, and they all showed up. Uh-huh. Did you schedule them to come at different times?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I sort of haphazardly was like, oh, this one.
Yeah.
Will come January 18th. Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So the next one is a novel that showed up yesterday,
Yes.
which was cool because it wasn't snowing yesterday.
Yeah.
The mailman was able to make it.
I had my umbrella because it was raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
The People We Keep is that one. I'm excited.
Nice.
I've been reading a lot of serious stuff. So.
Yeah. Was that published recently? Looks good.
I think so.
It looks like a nice story. Yeah.
I think it was pretty recent.
Great. And how are your, so you had the aerial set up for a few days, but it's a little bit too cold now. Mm-hmm. And that was a good lesson too. You were mentioning to me that you realize if you travel with it and you need to have you can't go below a certain temperature because the device just is super cold.
My hands get too cold, and then the steel.
It's just cold.
Yeah. To really safely grip it.
Yeah.
So no cold weather.
No.
Aerial stuff.
Or outside.
Yeah.
If it was inside, you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And is that kind of an act that you think you could travel with?
Definitely. It fits in my Prius. So
Perfect.
It's perfect to take on the road. And I'm working with an aerial partner in St. Petersburg who's taking classes right now. And when we get back, I'm excited to start doing some more duo stuff.
How do you do duo on that?
We start on both sides and then, hook a leg while we're spinning.
Okay, so it's just one hoop.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat.
And then go up into it. Somebody's on the top and on the bottom. Somebody's on the bottom, like hanging off the feet or something like that.
I feel like I have seen duo performances like that maybe before with a hoop. And the person holds the other person. I mean, some of them I've seen are like really high off the ground.
Yeah, they have.
That's crazy.
Things that, pull
Oh gosh, that's scary.
That's what circuses do. They have a system, pulley system.
Okay, yeah.
They'll get in and it's like, doo, and it brings them back down.
Yeah. And how did you get into this type of performance work?
Aerial stuff, I started a long time ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago.
Wow, okay.
I took classes. I just thought it was something different.
Yeah.
And I was always
doing gymnastics and stuff like that. Yeah.
And fascinated with the circus. So it was just a hobby at first.
Yeah.
And then I started doing gigging.
Well, sounds like things have really aligned for you in such interesting ways, and
we're always on the lookout for a weird way to make money.
Yeah, because you used to do roller derby, and then you've been in theater, and you've been doing all these different things, and you're just in the right spot to do what you do.
Florida's a great place for entertainers. AJ and I do singing telegrams. AJ's a musician. He plays violin, viola. He's a sound engineer. We do circus things, acrobatics,
fun.
Aerial arts,
Yeah.
We have a vast repertoire.
Nice.
Which is fun. It keeps things entertaining.
Nice. Now, there's a few other people around that, so you haven't really been by yourself, and we've had a couple of movie nights and get-togethers, and I think the only thing that you felt, for me, it was you're like, do you think I could get pizza delivered? That was the only thing that was rough about being a little bit more remote. But technically it's only 20 minutes to town. It's kind of it takes 20 minutes to get anywhere anyway. It just feels farther because there's not a lot of neighbors.
I drove into Hohenwalds and it was not that bad. I was like, oh, this isn't far.
Yeah, cool. So what are your plans for the next couple of weeks? Is to just continue working on the box performance?
Yes, I have to find an intro song, probably today or tomorrow for my box act.
Great.
And then really work on moment to moment in that and have beginning, middle, end.
Nice.
Work on what kind of costuming I'm going to have and then how I'm going to promote it. I think it's going to be very sideshow, very circus. And because I had several different ways I was thinking about doing it. Maybe a burlesque act with it. But I don't think that's a good idea if I'm doing a more family friendly. Yeah. You've really got to separate those.
You were mentioning there's a venue near you that would be good for this act, but that sometimes teenagers might go in there. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more versatile.
Yeah.
Because it could be in a burlesque show, but it's not burlesque.
Right. Right.
Just being a comedic sort of sideshow act.
That's fun. I think that what you're doing is a really nice, I mean, you've given yourself almost exactly 4 weeks, and you have a pattern and a rhythm going, and you're working on a productive project. It's not like you're, randomly on some, vacation or, I mean, even if you were on some sort of quest journey or something like that, which would be more internally, searching kind of thing. It seems like you've got like a really nice balance between personal enrichment and just calm and sleeping really well, and then just being able to have that clarity for this beautiful thing that you're working, this piece, this this creation that you're making, and then you also have time to focus on the promotion of it. And if you were doing that at home, you would have all these other distractions, right? And
Yes.
and the doom scrolling or whatever. So it's nice as a performance artist, I think, to be able to take that time to reinvest in your spirit and your energy, and also just reinvent kind of the way your act is, and just all of those things. So has that felt like what you're accomplishing?
Yeah, definitely. I came into this thinking that I was going to have like a structured schedule. That's never been who I am. I don't know why I was even trying to do that. But every single day, looking back on it and being like, that was a very balanced day. I worked on I checked all the boxes, no matter what time it was that I was doing those things.
Yeah.
Or if one thing got, didn't get done.
Yeah.
Like it's on the schedule or the non-schedule for the next day. I add that to my boxes to check.
Nice.
So, and this is such a great place to do something like that with the versatility of being able to go across the street in the woods, like outside, and do my aerial stuff. Go into the studio in the Lemon Lodge and do the box act, and like read here by the fire. It's such a cool place you've got going here.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you facilitating.
Thanks.
Artists like me being able to come here and do this.
It's been fantastic. I can't wait to talk to you again in a couple of weeks and before you leave. And next week we'll do our forest walk when it's a little bit warmer. So the non-schedule things keep getting bumped around.
I love it though. It's totally fine. It'll get done.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Okay. Well, we'll talk again in a few weeks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.